We are very, very grateful for the Cardis to be able to host us here today, moving things around so that you can have breakfast in the middle of their beautiful showroom, and very, very gracious to participate. But we're also very thankful to have Women and Infants and Rebecca, our panelist, who you'll hear, panelist and speaker, who you'll hear in a minute, to be a sponsor of this event, to really talk about the issues of women's health that we wanted to bring to you today.
Because each of us are so individual, it's really hard to put stress into words that fits a booklet or a manual that would fit all of us. It's really up to all of us to kind of do a self-assessment of ourselves and identify what stresses us out as an individual. Because a situation for one person may be stressful, and it may be okay for the next person. So it's really important to kind of check in with yourself and see what your triggers are. I mean, stress is something that is a response in the body where there's feeling of pressure and tension, and starts to kind of release stress hormones like cortisol, if you've heard of that term before. And if that constantly is running inside of our body, it gets pretty toxic pretty quickly.
What are some specific things that you do to manage the work-life balance? I know you have a family and you have a small business and you manage many employees, so what are those things that you do to sort of turn it off?
It is difficult, and I think with all of us, whether you're a small business or large business, we all have the same challenges, whether it's running a business and the employees that come with that, or if you're a manager or an editor, or you're running a multi-million-dollar company. We all have the same challenges, the workload, and then we also have family, whether it's children or our husbands or elderly parents that we have to take care of. And I think this might sound very trivial, but it comes down to balance, and you can only do so much in a given day. And I remember when I first started the business 6 years ago, I tried to do everything for the business. And again, it sounds trivial, but the delegation part is key. And I do a lot of that, and then it makes my life easier at home so that I don't have to be responsible and do everything. Even though ultimately I'm responsible for the business, there are people, and having a good team is crucial to be able to do that.
You know, it is all around that balance and putting boundaries. I think this is an important element, is putting boundaries around what you are willing to sacrifice and what you're not willing to sacrifice. And I was not willing to sacrifice my family. And so that meant that the stress levels candidly increased professionally. But that was a choice. So, you know, at the end of a day, whatever that day ended up being, 5, 6, 7 o'clock, I would, you know, put it to the side and go home. And, you know, the rest of the time was spent, you know, with my family.
Our dad taught us at a very young age, when we were on the floor, to just our brothers, my brothers and myself, and him in the company, and his partner, his brother. One day, we all each went through this. We were shopping, we were working with a customer, would walk up to a couple and start talking to the man. And our dad would say, "Come here for a minute." Drag us one side, says, "What the heck are you doing?" "Talking to the guy." "Why?" "Not him, her. She's the important one." So God bless women. Without you, we'd all be broke. You are our boss. Thank you for joining us.